So today I thought I'd tell you about when I first started playing percussion and my very first practice pad. Like a lot of kids in Texas, I started percussion when I was in 6th grade. And while I was waiting for my beginning percussion pack to come in, I went home that first night and took one of those round holiday cookie tins, emptied out all the cookies, and played on the lid and thought that was the greatest thing in the world. I took it one step further and I took some paper clips, dumped them into the tin, put the lid back on, boom, concert snare drum. Finally, my first practice pad came in, and my first pad was one of those beginning Remo round plastic topped practice pads. And I think those are actually great for beginners because especially when you're learning how to buzz roll, you can hear the zzz at the end of your buzz to see if you're doing it correctly. But I remember mine had a white coating on it. The reason I remember that is because I played that thing so much that eventually that white coating started to come off and you could see that gray film of plastic underneath the white coating. I played that thing into the ground. The next practice pad I bought was a double-sided real feel practice pad, and this is back in the day when it was owned by HQ Percussion. Now I think it's owned by Daddario Evans. This practice pad was a big deal for me because I remember I had to save up all the money that I made from doing chores around the house, and at the time, this was the practice pad to get if you're going into high school drumline. Black on one side, tan on the other, had 2 types of rubber on it, and I remember having to hand over the cash to my dad in order for him to let me use his credit card. And I still had to call in over the phone to order this practice pad. That thing was with me all through high school and through college. Now I remember when I got that pad at the time, it was this black rimmed practice pad, and I thought, you know, what can I do to make my pad look different from everyone else's? And I took this golden pen that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I bought this pen when I was in high school. 20 years later, this thing still works. Good job, pilot. But I painted the black rim of my practice pad gold around the edge so that when you're playing on the tan side, you saw the hallmark black real feel rim, but then when you turned it over onto the black side, it had this gold rimmed practice pad. I remember at the time everyone asking me how I got a gold rim practice pad, and I basically just customized it. This is pre-Apple Watch too. Now, as if it couldn't get any better, my first summer marching Cavaliers, Real Feel did us a solid, and they actually gifted us, everyone that marched in the drumline, one of these Real Feel practice pads. And this looked exactly like the practice pad that I had ordered as a high schooler, but then they customized it with the Kelly green, which is, you know, the color of the Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps. And this practice pad is the one that has traveled with me the most. This is basically the one that I played on non-stop, and you can see that I've played the heck out of this thing, and it looks and feels pretty much just like when I first got it. But this thing has been with me all over the world, starting in 2002. What is it now? It's 2016. So for the last 14 years, this has been the main practice pad that I've used for everything. I should really find out who from Real Feel sent this to us in 2002 and send them a thank you letter. If you happen to be watching this, thank you. There's one more practice pad that I use, and it's a Yamaha beaded snare pad. I use this when I'm teaching because, especially when you're in a room with other students on practice pads, it gives them something to listen to over top of all the other pads that are going on as you're playing. And it's also just really small, light, easy to travel with. I like that practice pad a lot. The reason I'm telling you all about this is today I wanted to share with you the first practice pad I've purchased in probably over 20 years. Just because these things last forever, and I've been really happy with ones that I've had. But here's a practice pad that I've been looking at for a while now, and I was really curious about getting it, and I thought I'd open it with you and you could take a look and see what you think with me. Now let me be clear, this is not a paid endorsement. I purchased this with my own money, and this is something that I'm interested in taking a look at. So let's open it up. Now a little bit about these practice pads before I open it up. These are practice pads that have been made from recycled materials. Pine trees from the Rocky Mountains have been killed by beetles, and car tires that have been recycled from California as the playing surface. It's a company called Beetle Percussion. check this out. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. Wow. And their logo is burned into the wood. But look at the grain. That is so awesome. My God. Whoa, check that out. Alright guys, thanks for checking these pads out with me. The thing I was looking forward to most about these pads was just the artisan craftsmanship quality of these pads. There's a small business. These are being handmade. Again, this is not a paid endorsement. I bought these pads with my own money, but I still want to say thank you to Beetle Percussion for sending these out to me so quickly. If you're interested in checking them out, I'll leave a link down below. And also leave me a comment. Tell me about your first practice pad. What was the first pad that you got? What kind of practice pad do you use now? Again, this is just a tool for us to get better at what we do. And I think this will be good motivation for me to start posting some more video lessons that my students have been asking for. And now I got some new toys to play with, so. Alright, thanks again guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with a shot of the Los Angeles sunset.